under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, to comply with open meetings laws, we have the door is open there. That door is unlocked. We would start out
Mine is on the back.
with the budget meeting.
No, it's on the other part. It's in there. If you look at this part, it's the third page.
Okay, the budget meeting minutes are on the table, so we're not going to read them. I would like a motion, though, to approve said minutes.
I move that we approve the budget, the November 8th special town meeting minutes.
Your name?
Young Branson.
Second.
Your name?
Arthur Biner.
The copies of that available. Do you have a copy of the budget?
Names? Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the November 8th budget meeting minutes of 2014. And at this time, I'll ask if it's agreeable to the electorate to have a show of hand count instead of a ballot. All in favor, just raise your hand. You have something to say?
Are there copies available?
Pardon?
Are there copies available?
Of the budget meeting minutes?
Yes.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
Motion would be carried to conduct the rest of the meeting with hand count. I know, but I wanted to. I'm going to do that now. Now that we have decided how we're going to vote, I will restate the motion that was on the floor, and it's to accept the November 8th, 2014 budget meeting minutes, of which there are copies there, so they will not be read. It was motion was made and seconded. There's no other discussion. All in favor, please raise a hand. Okay, opposed? I'd say motion would be carried unanimously. Okay, the next item would be the minutes for last year's meeting. I'd ask the clerk to read the minutes from last year's annual meeting.
Okay, I'd like to clarify something. Last year at the May meeting, which was right after the annual meeting, the board was presented with the minutes. And that's what was originally posted on the website. At a later time, then clerk changed the minutes and changed the posting. What I'm going to read is the original minutes. Town of Elmira annual meeting, April 19th, 2014. The meeting was called to order at 2:15 p.m. by the chairman, Larry Paugh, with attorney Thomas Levi, supervisor Ed Miller, clerk Wendy Dunbar, and approximately 80 others. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Chairman Paugh explained that the annual meeting is a meeting of the electors. Chairman Paugh stated that copies of the cemetery report, minutes from 2013 annual meeting, November 13th budget meeting, and financial report were available at the front desk. The minutes of the 2013 annual meeting were read by Clerk Dunbar. Chairman Paugh asked if it was agreeable to have a vote on the minutes by a hand vote rather than ballot. It was agreed. The 2013 annual meeting minutes were approved by a Jim Rowland municipal motion. Motion carried. The minutes of the 2013 budget meeting were read by Clerk Dunbar. Budget meeting minutes were approved by a Jim Rowland, Stu Hawkins motion. Motion carried. Kathy Olson moved to use the local government investment pool or Palmyra State Bank for depository of all town funds. Seconded by Stu Hawkins. Motion carried. Irene Blaskowski, Winona Francis motion to borrow not more than $50,000 if deemed necessary. Motion carried, 63 yes, 4 no. Winona Francis, Dick Natrup, motion to keep elected officials and election workers' salary the same. Motion carried, 2 opposing votes. Special budget meeting will be set for November 10th, 2014 at 6:30 prior to the regular town board meeting. With all routine business completed, the floor was open for public comment. There was a lengthy discussion regarding annexation and detachment. Kirsten Jurcek made a motion seconded by Winona Branson to implement a 3-minute speaking limit. Motion carried on a 62 yes to 5 no. Attorney Levi advised the motion that passed would allow for a shortened speaking time. More annexation topics were discussed. Joe Nussbaum moved to go from a 3-man board to a 5-man board, seconded by Dick Natrup. Ballot vote was taken. Motion carried. 36 yes, 48 no. This is something that does need to be corrected, as the motion was not carried. Brian Schwittenberg referred to Dick Natrup's statement as the motion that the town board send a request to the village board to pass an irrevocable resolution that would stand in perpetuity that all requests for detachment of annexed land by the town of Palmyra or its residents be honored and approved and a bond of $1 million be posted for non-compliance. A town resident asked if this statement referred to the letter that was sent to the town of Palmyra by the village of Palmyra regarding detachment. Seconded by Jim Rowland. Motion carried, 63 yes and 18 no. Peggy Miller, Dan Johnson, motion to adjourn. Motion carried, adjourn. Signed, Woody Dunbar, clerk.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
I would like to correct the vote on for President Board to reflect it was not correct.
I'll second. Are there any other additions or corrections? It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes with the correction that was made. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried unanimously. We would like a motion for keeping the town funds either in the Palmyra Bank or LGIP. And
So moved.
do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to continue to use Palmyra State Bank and the Wisconsin State Fund, the LGIP, for the town funds. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Okay, we'd like a motion that the board could borrow not more than $50,000 if necessary.
I would move that the board be allowed to borrow $50,000 if necessary. Second.
Kathy, let's see the motion. Second by Branson.
I'm gonna vote no on that one.
It's been moved and seconded that the electorate is authorizing the town to borrow not more than $50,000 if necessary. Is there any discussion? All in favor? No. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the town is authorized by the electorate to borrow not more than $50,000 if they deem necessary. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Like a motion on the salaries, it'll be. At this time, we'd like to set a date for the special budget meeting. I'm suggesting that it be 1/2 hour before the November 9th town board meeting. Okay, I'd like a motion to set that special budget meeting. Keith?
I make a motion to set the budget meeting.
Okay. Okay, it's been moved by Keith. Okay, you want to spell his name? Brian, I mean, sorry. How do you spell your last name?
FALTINSO.
Thank you.
Who's second? Bonnie Wilson. It's been moved and seconded to set the special budget meeting 1/2 hour before the regular town board meeting on November 9th of this year. All in favor?
Question? Question.
Yep.
Is a half hour adequate, and will the information be provided prior to that meeting? A half hour is very short.
That's what it has been.
That's what it always has been.
My story is the same question. I think a half hour is very short. I think the information should be ahead.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
It's a question period, Mr. Olson.
Did you take a vote against?
Pardon?
You took a vote for, did you take a vote against? This talk is out of order because you're in the process of voting.
We're in the process of voting.
No, you never called the questions. You asked for questions. You never asked. Ask the attorney. You went right into going for a vote. No discussion.
Yeah, I don't think there's a request for discussion first, so I think discussion would be appropriate before proceeding to the vote.
I am discussing, Mr. Olson.
I guess in that event, we would probably just start the town board meeting after the budget meeting if it ran overtime.
I think that's reasonable if you want to amend your
No, if the budget
motion.
meeting were to overrun the half hour, we would start the town board meeting when the budget meeting was.
That should be part of your motion then.
Different motion, if that's what you're.
I guess what we'll do is have a different motion.
Good idea.
I would suggest that a different motion that would include, should the budget meeting run more than a half an hour, the town board meeting would start immediately after the budget meeting concluded. So I'd like a motion.
I would move that that we hold the town board meeting immediately after the budget meeting concludes, and start the budget meeting at 7:30.
Can't hear.
I'll restate it. I'll restate the motion. Seconded by Bonnie. Okay, the motion was that the budget meeting would be started at 6:30 on November 9th, and the town board meeting would begin after the budget meeting was concluded. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried unanimously. This completes our business, and the floor is now open for public comment.
I make the motion that town board be allowed to spend more than $5,000 on roads if needed.
Per mile.
The
that was voted on at the budget, and the budget was approved, so we could get our budget set. And it was approved at, I believe, approximately $6,700.
We already have approval to spend in excess of 5,000 a mile
For which year?
for 2015, this current year.
Doesn't that have to be approved by the electorate?
It was.
Okay,
It was approved at the budget meeting.
okay.
Any other comments? Complaints?
I'm not gonna stand.
Pardon?
I'm not gonna stand. There's no way. A new thing, was wondering, I'd like to request that.
Could you speak up a little? So
I would like to request that the treasurer's report be included with the minutes from the regular board meetings on the website. Bill's doing a great job putting that on there. If he could include the treasurer's report, that would be helpful. And also to post the treasurer's report with the minutes on the posting sites. Not everybody can go online, and for those who can go online, that's great. It's very much appreciated. But I'm sure seeing the minutes and the treasurer's report on the posting sites would be helpful too.
yes.
I'm requesting that the town board develop and implement a policy and procedure for communicating with the constituency. When communicating with the town clerk, we either have to email or leave a voicemail message, and the response times have varied greatly, and sometimes there's no response at all. So, and there's been similar experiences with board members as well. So if there was a standard policy in place, residents could depend on some overall consistency.
So noted. Does anyone else have a comment? Donna?
I just wanted to mention that when the board meeting of 4/13, the board talked about putting the burn policy on the website, and it's not on the website. Plus, we also now have a burning ban in our area. That's not on the website. And now I find out we've got a statewide burning ban, and that should be on the website, as well as all of that information on the posting boards, please.
On the website and the posting?
Please, yes.
Jim Rowland. I have two questions. First question is the profit and loss budget versus actual. Has this been reconciled to the audit? In other words, are these numbers the same as the audit?
I believe you're looking at the airport right now.
I'm looking at the airport, that's correct. Does that foot with what's on the audit?
I do not handle the airport. I will have to ask.
Okay, I think we should check that. Okay. And the other item that just came up, the other item I was going to ask about has to do with, Mr. Chairman, after reviewing the 2014 audited financial statements, my question is regarding item 3 under capital assets on page 8. And I gave you this in writing so you have a copy of what I'm saying. Could you tell me what land is included in the total amount of $312,815? How many acres are airport, town hall, Lower Spring Lake, or any other? And what are their values? And who are the owners? That's it. That's fine. I didn't write on there who the owners were. It probably would be a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other comments?
Motion to adjourn?
It's been moved and seconded, to adjourn the meeting. All in favor?